Darius de la Cruz. Have you noticed the drastic fluctuation in temperatures? Do you know icebergs are melting at a rapid pace? And water levels are rising? What is the reason behind all of this, you might ask? Global warming. What is global warming? Global warming is a gradual increase in the overall temperatures of the Earth's atmosphere, attributed to the greenhouse effect, caused by the increased levels of carbon dioxide and other pollutants. The main cause of global warming are greenhouses, mining industries, factories, and cars. Industrialized countries have been burning large amounts of fossil fuels such as oils and gases. This is also known as the greenhouse effect. What does this mean? That the Earth's trapping heat. Certain gases are accumulating within the atmosphere, now responding to changes in temperatures and forcing the climate to change. And with more people coming into this planet, the population going up, these numbers are just going to increase as time goes by. And we need to make a stop now before it is too late, before we destroy our own planet. Mining has impacted our environment in many ways. Erosions, formations of sinkholes, loss of biodiversity, and contaminations of soils. Groundwater and surface waters are all due to chemicals from the minings. If you look around the world, we are at risk more than ever. Natural disasters and biodiversities are occurring more frequently. If you could even go back to last year, you notice there was about 7 or 8 hurricanes that happened within 2-3 months. These are all parts of global warming and things that are affecting our country. Things are affecting the planet in general. And if we can't make a stop to it now, it is going to be too late in the long run. According to a recent CNN article, it is estimated that 75% of deaths in India have occurred due to unregulated air pollutants. Shift the Global Changemakers magazine lists the top 10 countries most affected by climate change. Many African cities appear on this list, being threatened by droughts, storms, floods, landslide, heat waves as well. China is another country that has a lot of problems with air pollutants. So does India. Antarctica has shown a decline in their native species. Animals that live in cooler temperatures are forced to migrate with nowhere to go, and their resources are becoming more scarce. A lot of animals in Antarctica, for example, polar bears, rely on ice to go fishing, to find foods. A lot of their natural foods are actually migrating. A lot of animals are even going extinct. There was a video about a year ago that I saw on a polar bear that was starving on a small iceberg because it didn't have no resources. It had no food. And as time is progressing, a lot of these animals are going extinct. And it's up to us to change this before it is too late for the animals and ourselves as well. Are you prepared for an unpredictable weather forecast, frequent natural disasters, heavily populated areas, and possibly going extinct? The reason is that once the sea levels start rising, there are a lot of cities like New Orleans, New York City, that's going to be underwater. Once those cities are underwater, everybody has to start migrating away from the water. And what is that going to do? It's going to pile up a lot of people living by each other. There's not going to be any space for people to live except for certain areas. This is going to cause a lot of populated areas, which is going to affect your generation and generations to come. Let's all do our part. It's not too late for you to make a difference. Recycling is easy. Small changes in your own home can make a difference. Paper, plastic, cardboard, and glass can all be recycled. Check your hometown sanitation. They usually do frequent recycling trash pickups. Get involved. Switch to reusable containers. This means less plastic and paper in the trash. With a busy lifestyle, it may be hard for you to do it. But if you can take a little bit of your time of your day, you can make a big difference. Recycling can make a whole lot of difference when you do it the right way. Think of all the garbage we aren't throwing into the oceans when we recycle. This is a temporary fix for slowing down rising sea levels and preserving ocean fish, water pollutants, and increase of potential and pandemic of health crisis. The reason for this is a lot of the stuff that are now recycled are now being thrown into the ocean. So what is that doing? That's affecting a lot of the wildlife and animals that live in the ocean. A lot of fishes are eating the garbage that we're tossing into the ocean. And what happens when you eat fish? You might be eating fishes that are contaminated with the stuff that we're actually throwing into the ocean. This can cause a health risk for us, not only for us, but for all the animals that live in the ocean. According to NASA, everyone leaves a carbon footprint. What is a carbon footprint? It's the amount of carbon dioxide released into the air because of our energy needs. You need transportation, electricity, foods, clothing, and other goods to survive. Well, some people think they need it to survive. And we've become people that are so reliant on certain things that are affecting our planet, and we don't even notice it. But it doesn't have to be to the expense of our own country, our own planet. Unplugging any electronics when not being used is a first step to reducing chemicals in the air. Walk instead of driving, or maybe even take a bicycle. Even a 2-mile trip in a car releases about 2 pounds of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. If you must ride, try to make a difference. Do a carpool to get to some places instead of taking 2 or 3 cars. That's another way that you can help save the planet. Your choices can make a difference. Be wise, be more cautious so the generations after us can enjoy the planet like we did. Thank you.